Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Eddie Marcus here. I just made a post and I'm right back preparing another one for you. And it's probably driving you nuts if you're paying any attention to the posts that I make because I'm doing them so frequent. I'm doing them so frequent because they are so late. We have been behind the ball long time, and I know we can't catch up, but we definitely can't drag around trying to think that things are just going to happen. They are not going to happen. I want you to know that for my makeup, for who I am, whenever I see people anywhere, I think about how important they are to me and how important we really are to one another, whether we know it or not. When I see people, I think about how I advocate for them experiencing on this earth in their bodies during these times as if they are in heaven. Basically, that means their needs, their wants, and their desires are being met. They live in peace, they're prosperous, they're free. They have experience of joy and happiness, and they're living their dreams, not dreaming. And these things happen because they respect one another, and each one recognizes that they have to play a part in the production of all the things that they experience and enjoy. So everybody got a career that they love, and they make all the stuff that exists. You know, and that's what I want. That's what I see plainly. I don't see any debt. I don't see any loans. I don't see any fees or salaries. I don't see any of that. All I see is people as a family working together to experience heaven. People as a family working to experience heaven, using what God is giving them, resources outside of themselves, using what they have within themselves to cause a production of the most wonderful life human beings could ever experience. That's what I see for you. Every time I see you, if I go to a church, I see you talking in church about some stuff that I just can't believe that people still do. But at the same time, just what I just got through saying is what I wish and hope and speak and advocate for you every time I open my mouth out here on these posts. I might go into a government building and I know what's going on in there. I might go to a police station or wherever and I know what's going on. And at the same time, I'm hoping and praying and speaking for these people that these things can happen for them. And yet I know that they will never happen as long as the people have the mindset that they do have. So the only thing I can do, I can't change you. I can't change the world. I can't make it different. Only thing I can do is take a message to you and hope that you have the kind of receptors, the heart, a pure heart, enough to at least receive the message. And having received the message, think and begin to make a change. That's where the action is. That's where it really counts. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I have no problem when I think about how you still want to hold on to and maintain the status quo. When I see so many of you have gone so low that you want to bring Donald Trump back to the presidency of the United States. When I see so many of you have reduced yourselves to the level that you support everything that Donald Trump does, regardless of how sickening it might be. And I see the rest of you who don't want to go that low, but you're trying to hang on, just trying to survive to what you call normalcy. And to me, both of those things are just lunacy. Totally lunacy. But that's what I see when I see the people. I don't care what level you're at. And I don't really care what you're doing. And I don't care how important you are. When I see it, I think about how much I wish and hope and advocate that you can have that kind of life as on earth as in heaven. And yet at the same time, I see you as lost as you can be, trying to hold on to the suffering. Hold on to this lie. Hold on to it. And I understand that you do this because you don't know any better. When I say about know any better, you don't know the truth. You're caught between a rock and a hard place. between the Republicans and Democrats, listening between white men and black men. You are as confused as you can be. There's one source of information that's true, and that's the Spirit. But in order to receive this instruction from the Spirit, you got to have a heart that is pure. Your heart got to be sincere about wanting the best, not just for you, but for everybody else. When you start thinking like that, your heart starts opening up. And those messages that have been coming through the Spirit all the time for anybody that's open to receive them will receive it. But until that happens, I'm out here probably shooting out hot air, except I got one thing. I got the right to stand up and represent what I'm saying to you. Just because you are blind, and just because you can't see the light, doesn't mean I have to walk in the darkness. Even though walking in the light might cause all kind of problems from those that are living in the dark. But that is the road that if you're going to walk in the light, that's the road you have to carry. That's the road you have to walk. And so that's the road I'm going to have to walk. See, I'm a poor man. I know what it means to want to live free of all of that stuff. But I'm still a poor man. I live in a house that, and you know people who own homes or buying homes, you know you get them, they all set up, everything is fine. But in time, the houses start going through changes. They need upkeep. But then you're still living in a situation where the wages are not going up that high, but cost and services, for services and resources are just going out of the roof or over the roof. And so there are times when you just say you need to have something to cover you. And that doesn't mean going into debt. That shouldn't mean going into debt. Yet, that's all we have open for us. All of us who try to spend some time at home, you got one income coming in, can only do so much. For whatever reason, there might be another possible income, but for whatever reason, it might be rejected. Don't have it. For me, I made a decision, and my wife has accepted all of the time that we've been together. It's been driving her crazy because I stick to it, and you stick to being blind, and so that doesn't change our situation. Our situation would be just like I described it for you. All of us would experience that. No stress, no hassles and battles. We just living life large, doing what we love. But that's what I promised her. I promised her that you wouldn't be this complicated. Hey, I made a very bad judgment on that. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to know that the hell that you live in is the hell that you're creating every day. You haven't changed. You haven't changed. I know you. I listen to guys on the social media talking about Donald Trump, especially so-called Republicans. They are pissed that Donald Trump seems to be so ugly and act so crazy, and how he's messed up their party. They get down on him, and then they try to act like they are never that low. Never that low. And where are the Republicans that are not that low? Where aren't you? Where are you at? And I'm sitting there listening to them. They got nothing to offer the people. They just like the Democrats. They played a role, 50% in that role of creating Donald Trump and all those people that go that way. All of America does that. We did that. We have done that. And we are not really trying to do anything, but I'm watching you. I'm listening and I'm observing. We are not really trying to do anything to better the situation. That devil got a chokehold on us that took George Floyd out and took the young man out in where I don't know the particular location, or the guy, but you know the Marine decided that he wants to be a hero. He saw a black person that he felt that he could overcome and did it. Overcame